Welcome back to our show, your show, Let's Talk Stocks. In studio with us this morning is retired Major Dr. Hugh Blake. He's CEO of the Trade Board and, of course, Jamaica's Trade Administrator. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back.
All right, great to have you back. Last time we spoke on the program, you mentioned a few things that, you know, the Trade Board was looking to do, new initiatives, exciting things coming up. Where are we with those things now?
Well, yeah, I'm very happy to say that since we last spoke, we were able to at least launch one of our major initiatives. On the 6th of March, we launched Export Jamaica, which is a global market intelligence and compliance platform. It gives a gateway to tremendous amount of market intelligence and compliance type of information and so on. That was successfully launched, and the business community is now enjoying the benefits of that. What is needed as far as that is concerned is a lot more promotion.
Okay.
You know, we also you know, Trade Board is shifting, and we are evolving with time, right? And one of the things that we set out to do is to be less of a regulator, the big stick regulator, and more of a facilitator. And so we have reoriented the organization to be just that. And so you may see that there are certain symbols that you attach to the Trade Board, like our logo and so on. That has been changed because if you change, your image must change as well. So that was also done. We continue to do the step-up exports with trade agreements. So we have been out there in the fields that we have not stopped. And I think to date we have visited over 170 countries. And I'm happy to say that we have seen, in terms of companies, in terms of products that are being assessed for whether they meet the requirements of the respective trade agreements, that have gone up by some 700%.
Wow.
And in terms of companies enjoying the benefits of the trade agreement, the ones that we manage, that has gone up by 15%. So there is progress. So that is quite you know, a satisfying sort of accomplishment.
Very good accomplishment.
Since we last spoke.
Very good accomplishment.
Yeah. And one of the big ticket items is the Export Academy, a Jamaican Export Academy, that I'm sure you're going to be asking me a lot more about.
Export Jamaica.
Right. Not, you have Export Jamaica,
and there's
the Export Academy.
Okay.
Remember, the Export Academy is where we're going to try and assist existing and potential exporters to
so you're
understand the process of exporting.
For the market, really.
Yes, we're both preparing them for the market, and we're giving them the market intelligence tools and information necessary to exploit. Well, maybe exploit is not such a
exploit is the right word.
To exploit markets.
Because you're exploiting opportunities that are out there waiting.
So it's not in a bad sense.
Yes.
Right. So that project, the developmental side of it has been done. What we're now doing is onboarding the necessary information and data and so on that is required. And that project is on track to be launched in July of this year.
You're doing a lot of things.
We're doing some things. We take the whole matter of progressing exports very seriously. And of course, you know, it is the push of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Our minister has been, he has personified the whole business of exports. And so it is one of his mantras. And I think that his enthusiasm and so on for it has permeated the entire ministry, and nearly all the agencies are doing something to progress exports.
Which is great. Because exports certainly is the way to go. We have to, if we intend to grow in a real way, we have to get hard currency. And the markets are there for it.
Yeah.
But Export Jamaica, which is where I want to go, because I hear a lot of excitement building around that. And just for our viewers, what really is Export Jamaica?
Okay, Export Jamaica is really it's a global market intelligence and compliance gateway. To make it very simple, right? It is where you will go to find out which markets you have a product to export.
Yes.
And you want to find out what are the possibilities for this product overseas. Export Jamaica is where you go. To look at the different markets. You can look from a product-specific point of view. You can enter the details of your product or search by things like HS codes and see what the potential for your product is. Who is buying and selling this product? You know, you can see who is trading in this product. So you can identify counterparts and that sort of thing.
So you're not going into a market blindly.
You're not going to a market blindly. You know, let me tell you, the most important thing about doing business, whether it's in Jamaica or overseas, is to acquire information.
Information is key.
So that you make informed decisions. And especially when you're going into overseas markets, you need to have information on which to make your decisions. And Export Jamaica basically is designed to cover the widest possible gamut of information. So it puts you in a good position to take advantage of the respective markets.
All right. How do we actually utilize this platform? How do people actually get on it? What are some of the advantages? I mean, well, you've already told us some of the advantages, but how, from a realistic perspective?
Again, it's very simple. Realistically.
Walk us through it.
Right. So you have a product that you feel have export potential, or you're just curious. You're a manufacturer, you want to know whether there's a market for what you're producing. Right? It's very, very simple. You have to go through the Trade Board website, and I'll give you the details for that later. But once you go through the Trade Board website and access Export Jamaica, there is a registration form that you have to complete. The registration form basically asks you for all the basics about your company, you know, your organization, your products, and so on. Once that is submitted into the system, you have to wait a little period. It can be a matter of hours, sometimes up to a day, because one of the things that we have to do is to verify that you're a Jamaican company, right? So we're working with the company office. We're trying to link our databases, right? It's not yet complete, but we cross-check with the company office to make sure that you're a legitimate Jamaican company. Because we're not building this platform for the world. And once you're online, you're open to the world. We want to give Jamaican businesses the advantage, right? And so once we're satisfied that you're a Jamaican company, we send you an email to say you have been registered and it is now open to you. Now, I know the anticipated question would be, so what about, you know,
of course,
do I have to pay?
What are the costs,
the
fees?
cost and so on involved. All right. Well, you know, the approach I'm taking is that I'm taking it through an introductory period. Now, during this introductory period, it's free of cost.
Okay.
So a company listening to me right now who might be interested can go on, register, and access the full range of information and services that is offered, right? Free of cost.
Free.
Yeah. But the introductory period will not last forever. I haven't put a time frame on it yet, right?
Okay.
I haven't. Because I want to see, first of all, the uptake and how it is being used and so on. And you know, when you introduce something as massive as this, you want to make sure that there are no kinks in the system and so on.
Yes.
So you don't pay for something that is. Although we have not had one complaint today.
So tell me about some of the information that you know, potential or existing exporters are gonna access when they get on, they register and they get on this portal.
When they register and get on, they can access information that tells them which is perhaps the best country to export their product to, right? And we do this by providing data on the trade flows on a product-specific basis, right? So they will know which country is trading in what their products. Who are the companies who are buying? Who are the companies that are selling? What are the contact details for the persons in the respective companies that are buying and the companies that are selling? They can also access, if they are a manufacturer and they want to find source raw materials or any input to their product, that is also there. We have not spoken much about that side of it because we're focusing on
the
export
side.
But it is just as powerful a tool to source raw materials, services, as it is to finding markets and counterparts. The other thing is that, you know, going into most markets, there are a tremendous amount of regulatory, you know, conformances that is going to be required. And so you can go on Export Jamaica, access on a country specific basis, all the regulatory requirements, right, and the compliance requirements for that specific country, right? Then there's a tremendous amount that you get a good appreciation of the market and the country because there are thousands of reports, detailed reports on the respective countries, how the economy is performing, you know, all the information that you require to make a decision as to whether you really want to do business with that country or not. So one of the things that you leave there with is a good perception of what the risks are in trading and dealing in any country. One of the big problems that a lot of exporters have, apart from finding counterparts and sizing up the market and all that, is whether they can rely on the people that they are doing business with. And the Export Jamaica provides a blacklist of all companies that, you know, there's a red flag about trading with these companies. And so that is something that you can take advantage of. Too many of our companies in Jamaica export to places and their product disappear and importers disappear. Well, Export Jamaica will help you to avoid some of that kind of problems.
There you have it, viewers. We've been talking with retired Major Dr. Hugh Blake, Jamaica's Trade Administrator. And if you're looking to export, you ought to come back with us to watch the second part of this program. There's so much excitement around exporting, information for you to ensure that you have the greatest success when you're looking to export. As we always say here on Let's Talk Stocks, We give you information to make better financial decisions. In this case, export decisions. Come back with us tomorrow morning at 9. Another wonderful program lined up for you.